Okay, so I don't even have some kind of weird introduction for this one, because the game I played is weird enough, and that's saying something for like indie horror games. The game of the day is Baba Yaga Wood Boy, and if you think the name is strange, well, you're in for a wild ride. Where to begin, though? For starters, let's check out the main menu. See anything odd with this picture? I'm not talking about the windmill dude over there, I'm talking about the start right here. For one, it reads restart. And I swear I've never even touched the game before, so how can I restart it? You would think it would be because it's trying to imitate what some meta horror games do and make it look like you're playing a haunted game or something by having to restart some cursed kid's like save file, but no. That be giving this game way too much credit. And the beginning of the word is just separated from the rest, and I know I'm being super picky with this, but it serves as a warning that I should have heeded. Something was not right with this game. Okay, let's start the game. I mean, you can't really judge a book by its cover, can you? I mean, it has like PS1 graphics, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I woke up in this weird apartment and had a look around a bit. And it looks like my first objective is to search for something to open the bathroom door with, because even in horror games, the most terrifying thing is the call of nature. And so after taking a knife, I barged into the room, not caring that the door may have been locked because it was occupied. Fortunately though, it is not, except for a rubber duck and of course, the key I need to escape this place. How convenient! Oh, and this guy is nice enough to point me to where I need to go. Could have taken his shoes with him, but I'm not gonna judge a guy too harshly if his body moves like that. Who knows what he's going through. And then I go through this door and realize that there's no sound for this game. So I head to the menu and apparently all the sound bars were on the lowest setting. Listen, I wasn't expecting a masterpiece when I saw this game, but come on. You want me to adjust the settings myself? That's peasant work, I say. Peasant work. Ah, there we go. Now we get that full wood clacking on the floor ASMR. Seriously though, this is gonna get annoying real quick. But hey, at least there's this jump scare that keeps my mind off of it. Ah, what a hideous tapestry this is. Truly terrifying. You know this game is about to get good when they throw the classic rug jump scare at you. Moving past the carpet, there's a giant saw that's blocking progress. Luckily, it turns out I have the power to slow down time. You know, just because my character feels like they can. I then stumble upon my family that is coked up in order to move 10 times their original speed, and by slowing down time, I am able to ignore them as I grab the key hidden in the cupboard, allowing me to finally leave this apartment. And look, the train! Maybe I could hitch a ride on that, you know, if it wasn't going 500 miles an hour, maybe. After walking a bit ahead, I finally ran into the Baba Yaga, or at least her head. Listen, I might not know much about Slavic folklore, but I'm pretty sure the Baba Yagas usually have a body attached. I mean, they're not much different from you or me. Besides the whole eating people thing. That only applies to some of us. And because I touched her, it looks like the game decided to launch me back to the beginning of the game. Great, more time with my bath salts using loved ones. Well, at least this time I know the Yaga is coming, and so I'm able to run to an area where she can't reach me. Although, with all these eyeballs, whether she can still see me or not is still unknown. Turns out this is a puzzle where I need to attach this eyeball to the stick to open it, I guess? Honestly, at this point I'm done asking questions, as it will only further deteriorate my mental health. And after a few more puzzles, I finally make it out of the apartment building, and into the woods for some fresh air. Hey, look, a key, very crucial to opening doors. Or I guess I can just carry the door to open them. Okay. Oh, hello, goat. You definitely don't look like something demonic, so I'm just gonna move on. Okay, I'm gonna give this game some credit. The giant windmill just looming over and watching me is pretty cool. And the way it moves is just unsettling and gives some Siren Head vibes to it. Moving forward, there are sections that require the use of my character's time manipulation abilities, with the additional appearance of Windmill Man looking like he's about to pounce. I then stumble upon a cutscene. It's strange, just like these statues of the Baba Yaga and someone else, talking about keeping secrets from someone, I suppose my character, and the Baba Yaga tries to make sure the dude stays silent with some soup. I mean, I've never read the original story, so, you know, for all I know, this could be canon. Also, Yaga has a body here. Good for her. A little further on, I noticed a note attached to the wall which reads,
"Beware me, Millhead. You need to kick some spikes into Millhead."
I can't tell if this means someone is telling Millhead to beware of them, or Millhead himself wants you to kick spikes into him. Hoping to find some answers, I approach this man, who's just kind of like standing there. The man tells me he was just sitting on a bench when he saw a slender man approach him and asked about an egg and a needle, so naturally I went to go investigate that. Well, that is a slender man, but a completely different kind than the one I was expecting, honestly. I was honestly at a loss of what to do at this point. I tried remembering what the man said about the eggs and needles, but none of it really led to any clues on what I needed to do. The only things that resembled those objects were a giant orb that I could just carry for some reason, and a small plant. I tried to offer the plant to what I suppose is Millhead as an offering, but he wasn't having it and decided to kill me by standing directly over me. Which means I was dragged all the way back to the beginning of the forest area. Well, at least I get to carry at the door again. And on my second trek through, I actually noticed the Baba Yaga jump scare that I guess I missed because I was looking the other way. But it was alerting when I saw it, at least. Back to Millhead, I just take the plant and leave through the door, and I'm kind of surprised that it was that easy all along. The next area is a train yard where I meet some workers who talk about trains being out of order and farmer coalitions. Politics, spooky. Listen, man, I don't care about your political and economic situation, I just want my crowbar, man. Although when I grab it, it looks like my character is just holding it as far away as possible. For some reason, he doesn't trust his crowbar. Better to not get attached to it, I suppose, as it was only one use anyways, just like all crowbars. And look, another Baba Yaga jump scare. You know, at this point, it's just starting to get redundant. I mean, I can only get spooked by the old hag so many times before it gets more annoying than frightening. Next up is the big city, complete with fog and people who will not shut up. This guy goes on a whole minute-long rant about the condition of things, but eventually tells me that I need to find 3 spotlights and light them in order to proceed. And yet another Baba Yaga jump scare appears, with the same head just popping into existence to say hi before zapping out of existence. But hey, I also found a street hot dog, so maybe this game isn't so bad after all. I then stumble upon another puzzle where I have to place these mannequins on these stone slabs in accordance to who they want and who they don't want to be beside. Eventually, it just becomes too difficult and bizarre, so I just give up and try to find another way out of this Silent Hill looking city. Eventually, I stumble upon a giant chicken with a house on his back, and it's majestic. Honestly, my favorite parts of this game have been seeing the windmill dude and the chicken. They're not good as bosses, I mean all I have to do is like walk past them, but their designs are probably the coolest out of everything in the game, although I don't think that's saying much honestly with everyone I've seen so far. Moving past the powerful poultry, I enter the supermarket where I'm required to ring up certain items in order to unlock the door. And in the back room I found this lovely chap who is supposed to be my old co-worker or something, but his legs are currently wood and he's sprouting antlers. Poor dude overworked himself into a moose. Oh well, it's time to get out of this cracked den, and into the final area of the game, a wooden house, and what I presume to be the lair of the dreaded old lady head. And we finally get a proper weapon, a knife. Unfortunately, it's not meant to be used against Baba Yaga, just these eyeballs that, after all are poked out, open up 2 passages. Poking them isn't that difficult either, even though the Baba Yaga head hunts you throughout the small passageways, but she does this very slowly. But like I've said before, popping them eyes unlock 2 passageways. I take the right door and approach the green light before a screen pops up stating that I won and reanimated my sister. Which I guess was my goal all along? Sure, I suppose, as long as I don't have to play this game anymore. But I couldn't help but wonder, what would have happened if I had gone down the other path? So I reloaded my save, popped the eyes again, and voila, the left path is unsealed. Now let's see what happens down this path. You erase from your memory that your mother ate your parts. You stayed at your house, now you will live this cycle endlessly. Well then, that's certainly the most interesting way to put you lost the game. Gotta say, this game was a trip as far as horror games go. It's pretty bad, not gonna lie, but I mean, windmill and guy and chicken were pretty cool though. That's something going for it, I guess. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go. See you around, thanks for watching. Ciao.